God says I'm valuable. He says I'm worth something. If no one else in your whole life tells you that you have purpose and that your life has meaning, man, he finds us so valuable. I needed my, almost my worth, my it's okay, Kaylor, to come from somebody telling me that. And not that God can't use that, but, and I'm sad to say that this is, I had a lesson from him once and I really got a hold of it. But now it's almost like the next layer of that lesson. And so God's kind of had to take me back to a place of just me and him. And my family, of course, my husband and my children. But I, just kind of a raw place to where the encouragement has to come from him. It has to be him first, and then God uses others, don't get me wrong, but is that time of worship and that time spent with him, it doesn't have to be some elaborate hour and a half of on my face prayer. It can be I do that first 5 devotional, and it has me read a chapter of scripture and just dig into him. If it's 10 minutes, it's more than I was doing, and getting that encouragement from him. So.
I feel like he says I'm somebody special to me, but I'm very special to him, and it took me a while to believe that, you know. I used to think that everybody else was, but I wasn't really special to him, but I know that I am. And there's lots of scriptures I have, you know, that I have in my heart, my mind, but I guess if I had to say one word, I'd say that.
So during a battle, you do get wounded. And oftentimes we want encouragement to come from our sisters and our brothers, and then sometimes that doesn't always happen. So encouragement, as David said, I have to sometimes encourage myself a little. So I find my encouragement a lot of times on my knees in the middle of the night when I'm sure it's God that wakes me up and gives me a word that helps me, that encourages me.
I so often see myself as being worthless, as being, when I really let the enemy come in and really start lying, I'm like, you're a horrible mom, you're a horrible wife, you're a horrible friend, you're not very good at your job, you will not be able to overcome. You think you have, but look at you, here you are again, back to the cycle of crashing and burning again. And I will just, to where it's just like pressing in and making you miserable. When I really, again, press into God and let him be that encouragement, and not, it's got to be from him. But he starts just going, you're a great mom. Look at the things, look at what maybe you didn't have that you are to your own children. Look at all those things that maybe were at lack when I was a child. God has used them to make me recognize where I can be that to my own children. And all the same time molding, saying, oh, you're going too far in that direction, come back this way. So he tells me, you are a good mom, you are a good wife. I rock at my job because it's my anointing and my calling from God. He is, and it's hard sometimes going to that school every day and loving on those babies, but I could not run from that if I tried. So I think it almost comes from, yes, letting him speak to you, but also letting him reflect back upon all that he's done to bring you to where you are, all the ways he has moved and shaken and moved mountains to get me to the place I am.
Knowing who God says I am is a major source of encouragement. You know what God says to me? You know what he tells me I am, or who he tells me I am? He tells me I am his.